what is your feeling on mining? Talk to me. Gold, silver, copper. You're seeing a lot of the battery metals have been running. Copper's been running, like crazy. Hitting incredible highs. I think it's down a little bit now from its high, but hey, still like 350 is insane. Silver's getting pushed up. People are calling, the silver short squeeze.
Yeah,
But gold's still kind of falling behind. You're calling for a potential correction. I guess you feel good about mining.
I do. I think that gold had a good run, right? And it found its new level. Call it, we'll just say $2,000. It found this level 1900, 2000. It's consolidated as investors have put their money in other areas for the moment. But I get back to the political climate. As we start to watch the political climate take effect, real effect, I think people are going to look and say, whoa, this is not good economic policy for the US, and which obviously will affect the world. I think inflation will come back. I think gold will start to pop on that news. And I think that, silver will obviously follow, as it always has, and it will. I'm bullish on those sectors, but I am, generally speaking, bearish on the economy itself. I think that China has got massive issues that no one speaks about. Well, obviously, because they don't really release their real numbers. So I think China's got some massive issues with debt that are going to come to haunt them in a big way. It'll have repercussions in the rest of the world. And I think China is also one big bubble that is going to prick soon. And but at that point, just like all of these things, there'll be tremendous opportunities to get back into the marketplace. But generally speaking, gold, silver, all those, I think they're good. I think it's a good time to position in any of the good quality gold stocks. You'll do well, and always have a bit of fun with some of the juniors, that you want to play around with as well. But when I say have fun, you put in 5-10% of your portfolio into that stuff, and you can afford to lose your money.
No, I completely agree. Put the good horses in the race and maybe some fly balls, and see what happens. Curious, also on the kind of topic of, where gold's going. Talk to me about Bitcoin. Obviously Bitcoin's been taking a lot of the fame away from gold. Recently, you're seeing it kind of enter this 30 to 40K range. And it's funny when you say there's a $10,000 range, but welcome to Bitcoin. But hey, climbs up, passes 30K, hits 40K at a point. And honestly, I'm surprised it's actually held pretty well in this range. Again, it definitely is riding with the market, but what's your view?
So similarly with the new generation, Jason, your generation, they're reading, Reddit and things like that. And they're like, hey, you got to buy some Bitcoin. So you've had a massive influx of retail investors that have bought Bitcoin. And even if it's $40,000 per Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. They're buying a fraction of that. But when you all of a sudden have, just picture, 50,000 new retail investors that each guy puts in $500 or whatever and buys Bitcoin, you've taken out a massive supply out of the marketplace. So that's why you're getting these huge gaps up and down in the price of Bitcoin. Again, from my perspective, I really don't know what's going to happen with the price of Bitcoin. It could go to 100,000. It could go to zero just as quickly. I don't know. That's why I've always said that I've played it before, and I have. It's been fun, but it's not something I would invest in. Our focus at M2Bio is on blockchain technology, and that is in structuring the cannabis industry throughout Africa. So using artificial intelligence, blockchain technology to bring structure and all the things that are necessary to run a proper cannabis industry, so that we have verification and everything. That's how we're standpoint. That's how we're using it here, and we hope that we can make a huge difference in and then exporting that technology to the rest of the world. I think we will. So that's an exciting project that we're working on. As to the particular, well, it's funny too, though, but we will be tokenizing the industry. You see, let me just give you a quick little 1 minute kind of synopsis of the why behind that. One thing in Africa that the Africans have been there's been the white community and the black community. The black community have always said that cannabis has been theirs forever, and it has. Listen, they were here, it was theirs. It is what they know. It is what they have grown. The white guys come in with a bunch of money, like Canopy. They go up into Lesotho, where our property is. They spend a ton of money. They don't know what they're doing. They just think that money buys everything, buys people, buys this, buys that. It was a huge failure. So that's why Canopy sold the property right back. I mean, they tried for a couple of years and sold it back. Supreme Cannabis, spent $100 million on their property, thinking that all you had to do was buy, just pay money and everything will be fine. But what you need to do is include the community in all of these countries across Africa so that they can participate in the wealth that can be created. And there is no doubt in my mind that Africa will become the #1 cannabis producer of the best quality cannabis for the world, full stop. And that's why we're here. And what we need to do is include all the communities in that, so that tokenizing and giving the opportunity, tokenization of the cannabis plants and the growing and everything that we do, giving the community, all the communities, the opportunity to invest in that token, at day one, so that 5 years down the road, they've made one heck of a return on their token. To me, that type of stuff makes a lot of sense. But when you say to somebody, here, buy Bitcoin at 30,000 bucks per coin, and the person says, well, what am I buying? Well, I don't know. You're buying a coin. But what's behind the coin? I don't know. Whereas here, tokenization, here's what you're getting, the plants, to this, whatever it is, the value is stored by that coin. So we're doing that as well, which is going to be an exciting project that will allow almost anybody interested in participating in the growth of the cannabis industry throughout Africa, they will be able to. And that to me is really, really cool.
Yeah, exciting. Well, hey, that's a huge tech project upcoming, and I'm sure we'll be able to, do tons of videos about how you guys are using blockchain.
Yeah.
So exciting things to come. Curious, while we are talking about M2Bio, do we want to kind of go into some details? Obviously, hey, stop sign's officially off. Anything else
Yeah.
you kind of wanted to say update wise about the company?
Yeah, it was great. We got the financials filed just the other day. So the stop sign came off. That's step #1. The legal opinion for the financials will go up probably next week. So then the yield sign comes off and it becomes what's called pink current. At that point, we will then move forward with doing a full audit, so the external audit, so that we can go on to the QB and become fully reporting. It's always been the plan, and that's where we're going. I've always said that baby steps is the way to do all of this. You can't just throw money at the problem and think that it's going to go any quicker. It's not. There's a method to doing this properly, and we're executing really well. So I'm very happy about all that. In terms of the psychedelic side, I'm meeting today actually at noon with them, and there's a lot of great stuff to share on that. And we will be sharing some great news very shortly. On the cannabis side as well, looking at different guys that will be doing the construction in Lesotho on the property. We have our growers selected already, two great funny South African kind of farmer guys, but they're not farmer guys. They're highly educated scientists that will be doing all the growing. But when I say funny, they're like your typical kind of outback South African guys, with those crazy accents and the long beards and everything. So I'm excited about all that. We have a ton of great stuff on the go, and 2021 is going to be amazing. I'm glad we got through kind of 2019 and 2020, clearing up some of the mess that came with the original shell. We're getting there. The name change will come official soon. And all these things that we set in motion a couple of years ago are finally the fruits are showing, and it's going to be a great 2021.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, a lot of good teasers for people, things to come. You gave them the preview for the movie that's going to be 2021. So awesome. Yeah. Well, Jeff, is there anything else you wanted to go over? I think this
No,
is a
that's
pretty
good.
fantastic video. Lots of good
Yeah.
parts. Even ended it with some teasers there for M2Bio. But
Yeah.
hey,
Great.
thanks for joining. Hopefully, some good insight for the markets for those who have watched.
Yeah.
Hey, if you've got any questions, if you made it this far, definitely drop them below. Markets have been crazy. Lots of interesting industries and companies. Jeff knows a lot. We'd love to get some insight on, at least from him on some things that you guys are looking at. So thanks so much. But Jeff, thanks for joining.
Cool. Jason, thanks a lot, buddy. You have a fantastic weekend in Toronto in that tundra where it's probably minus 40. And I'm going to enjoy my weekend in Cape Town where it's about 35 Celsius and sunny.
And on that insult, we're ending the video. No.